The last film in the Gene Hackman film focus set is 1977's March or Die, a Foreign Legion film. And this is becoming apparent to me that I really do not like films set around the Foreign Legion. There's just something unsatisfying about them. This world that people were drawn into because they had no other options for all the wrongs that they'd done. This was their kind of punishment, their karma, and it just feels like a kind of horrible environment. And I never enjoy seeing films set here, and I've seen many over the years. This one is just after World War One. We've got Major Forrest, played by Gene Hackman, who is going to be a man that's sent back into Morocco for the simple reason of digging for treasures. The French government want the riches, and they're being put back in there to get them.
But also for the vast sums of money that these treasures create.
At the cost of a Legion company.
The people of this land, they don't take too kindly to this, especially someone that has rallied several clans and is fighting back against the French Foreign Legion, particularly because they're, as they say, raping the land. And I kind of had this weird setup that we're going to get massive sprawling battles, but it falls into the old habits and tropes of Legionnaire films. We see these men indoctrinated into this army, forced to go through these horrible rituals to become part of this army, and people fall by the wayside.
Leave that man alone! In the Legion, you march or die!
We see all these characters, we see the rough and tumble world, how it is violent, how it is deadly and uncaring, and this is the life that they have chose. We kind of follow Terence Hill, who plays Marco in this one, a kind of lovable thief who falls into the arms of the Foreign Legion, but gosh darn it, he just won't let them push him down. He's always smiling, he's always doing things he shouldn't do, and he always looks after his friends within this army, which I kind of appreciate, and that is generally a fun performance. Hill I kind of like, he's been in Django, Prepare a Coffin, became Mr. Miller, Trinity. He's been in a few good movies, and he has a certain kind of charm.
Excuse me, I'll be right back.
But for a Hackman box set, we kind of move away from Hackman a lot here. And whenever he does appear, he is that stoic, barking, driven soldier who obeys the orders regardless of whether he thinks they're appropriate or not, and will march until they die, because that's just the way he is. And he's a one-note character, and he never really changes, doesn't have much of an arc throughout the film, which is a bit of a shame. There is one large-scale battle at the end of this one, which was particularly fun. When our heroes, our armies hold up, they're being attacked by huge amounts of people, and they are just struggling to defend, ultimately realising what is coming for them, what is going to happen.
You used us. You waited for the moment when you cracked the tomb, so you could rally your tribes in a holy war.
It's a brutal sequence with lots of moving parts, constantly evolving and changing, and I feel at this moment Hackman kind of shines with his reaction to what's going on and his commentary of the situation, and almost disbelief and relegation to what's happening, which is great. But the film is just so drab and dreary and unexciting, and it loses me because it doesn't have any kind of positivity. It doesn't have anything that I hope is going to happen. I feel as if these guys are doomed as soon as they enter this service, one way or another, and when the movie finishes, I still feel that way. I don't feel that anybody's had a positive experience or life or has moved on from this. They've just become part of the machine. So March or Die was fine. I didn't love it. Great cast though. It's got great cast though. It's got Ian Holm. It's got Mark von Sydow. Few other familiar faces. I thought Richard Kiel was in it, but I didn't see his name in the cast listing, so maybe I was just wrong there.
He's a Russian. He has expressed a desire to join the Legion.
After doing what?
After getting drunk, wrecking 2 cafes in Montmartre.
March or Die was interesting, but for me, it's probably my least favourite out of this set, which, to be honest, isn't saying much, because even that is still a decent enough film that I'm glad I watched. I would love to know your thoughts on March or Die, whether you've seen it, what you think about Legionnaire films in general. Is it just me, or do you have a similar opinion, or is there some other way that you look at it that may help me the next time I see one of these? So here we are in the disc for Match or Die. Let's go to special features. We have an audio commentary by film historians Howard S. Berger and Steve Mitchell. Of Blood and Time, The Weary Worlds of Dick Richards, a video essay by Howard S. Berger. This is a terrific extra. It's 41 minutes 19 seconds, all about the producer, Dick Richards, a man whom his name isn't very familiar to me, but going through his life, his career, has made a lot of films that I really love, and it was really interesting to find out more about someone that I hadn't really heard of before. Marched and Died, an interview with actor Paul Sherman, is another fantastic extra. 47 minutes 25 seconds. He kind of walks his way through this entire film. When you look at his IMDb credits, he doesn't seem to have a lot, in fact very minimal, but he's obviously got a great memory and appreciation for this film, and he takes you through lots of scenes, lots of anecdotes, things that were cut. Great deal of information here. You also get the theatrical trailer, and that's the extras for March or Die. Let me know in the comment box below whether you loved it, hate it, fell somewhere in the middle. As always, there's more content up here. You can see more of my stuff, and in the description box below are links to the Patreon membership program, manvfilm.com, always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.